more on the Madrid. I guess the lineup maybe surprised a few in terms of Wirtz coming in as the only change. Was it the only change? I think it was the only change, yeah, because Robertson started the last game as well against Villa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
he did, didn't he? Yeah. So Wirtz came in and again started off the left. I don't know what your thoughts are, man. What's the situation with this left business? We all saw or we all read hit pieces from reliable journalists that suggested that Slot had a conversation with him and explained to him that he was going to be the centerpiece, literally, of this Liverpool team going forward. Has he been shifted to the left to accommodate him, to make sure we go back to the tried and tested midfield? How did you see all this shake up?
I think it's a mix of everything in here. I think first, it's really silly to change a midfield that's working, that was winning last year. Now, yeah, you can say towards the end of the season it wasn't great, but how much, we will never know how much of that was winning, already won the title, and how much of it was, just getting tired because they'd played every game in pretty much every competition they'd gone through on or tried to, especially Champions League and Carabao. Really, Carabao's a pain in the ass, which is, it's probably a good thing we're not in it. Not nice to lose to Palace, but I think with the midfield, it has to stay as it is. And I think you got to also, Wirtz has not clicked in the 10 role. He's not doing what Dom has been doing. And to be fair, Dom's been our best player all season. Whichever position he plays in, he's smashing it. So why wouldn't you play him in his favoured role?
Are you in agreement with me what I said about a couple of months ago, where I said he's first name on the team sheet?
Yeah, he is right now. He's insane form, man. I just hope he manages his legs. We cannot afford anything to happen to him right now. Like, he is so good. His minutes need to be managed as well post this window. Luckily, we've got 5 days between games, so they'll all be rested enough to play the same team again if he wants to, which is good. Rotation wise, it doesn't have to happen against City because Tuesday to Sunday is a good spot. But I think the main thing is we need really Wirtz to play what suits him and what suits the team. This team being way more important. I think left wing suits him, and what's more important, it suits the team as well. All of the qualities he's got and the free roaming, the free role he gets, he can run a lot. There's so much, he's fit. He's firing. If he's got the freedom on the left to play, where he's got so much more space, so much more room, you can see he can dribble at players, he can take people on, he can take a chance he can fight, get a cross in. He can get all that done from the left. But centrally, it's so difficult because you're crowded out in Premier League games. You're just not going to have the chance to take the space in there unless the opposition's right. And we've just gone and played a whole load of teams that just want to, bombard us with long balls. In that we had where we lost loads of games. So I don't think Wirtz fixes the defensive problems, by the way. Wirtz going left does nothing for us when they throwing the ball up at us. What it does do is it gives us that better team play up top. Gakpo, for all of the good stuff he does and all of the production he has, I don't even think it's that great this year. But it's down the left, Grizz, and I don't know if you agree with me or if anybody in the chat agrees with me or not, but we've said it a lot. Everything comes to a halt down the left with him, whether it's linking with Kirkers. I even think Wirtz would make Kirkers look good because he'll link with him better. And Gakpo... Just to finish, Gakpo is slowing everything down, is very selfish in cutting in and wanting to shoot, not passing to anyone. The opposite with Wirtz. He's actually want to bring other players in. He actually wants to have that vision to create for a Nikitike or a Mo. That's what we need. At the moment, on the left, he's not a Diaz. Diaz would bring everybody into the game, as well as go on his own runs at times, but pick and choose. Gakpo does not. He's a very unintelligent footballer, unfortunately, for this team.
You know what? It's like we haven't been away. We read each other's mind. I did have a segment planned in my head about Cody Gakpo and the conundrum of Cody Gakpo. It's a weird one. I see what you're saying. I absolutely see what you're saying. It's evident. We're seeing it on a weekly basis. I just think there's always one player in an attack, or whether it's midfield or defense, that always divides opinion, yet somehow, somewhere, the manager always tends to
Ignore
have
it.
a favourable, attitude towards him. Now, I think Cody Gakpo is one of those guys. You're right. He's not spectacular. He doesn't bring others into play. He is quite selfish, but I don't really mind that because I still think he's got the best strike, probably along with Szoboszlai in the team. I think he's got the best shot. I think he's got the most accurate and best shot. Not much backlift. I genuinely think there's a space for him in the squad, but maybe moving forward and looking into the future, maybe he shouldn't command a starting berth. I think that's where I'm at with him. But the reason why I wanted to chat about him is if we're saying Wirtz, because a lot of people have suggested that Wirtz predominantly played there for Bayer Leverkusen. I know it was a different system, but predominantly played on the left for Leverkusen. Have you read up and do you know anything about that?
But I knew that's what I've read and what people have said. He's always played on that inverted left side, so he can come central, but he has the freedom to do what he wants. Like some of the goals he scored, he's on the right for Leverkusen. He's cut in, but it's because he does that roaming role.
Well, he should have got an assist yesterday with that pass to Szoboszlai. If it wasn't for Courtois.
Courtois is a bastard.
Oh, that's a different subject.
But people will be swearing at Alisson in the same way that we swear at Courtois, basically. It's just a risk,
I mean, look, what I'm trying to say with in terms of Gakpo is, what does he need to do, Gags, in your opinion, in your eyes, just to make himself more active, more involved? I understand everything that you said, and I tend to agree, but I still think he's vital. In a way,
he is. He's vital because he has some presence up there, and he does run at players. And I think it's more though. He's probably suited more to a counter team, a team that counterattacks Grizz. I think more than a possession-based team. He's so limited, mate. All he can do is cut in and put it to the far post, mate, every time. And most of the time, he's overhit it to the far post. Like very limited as a footballer.
So basically.
He's got the height, and
check this out. Okay, let's go through his weapons he's got in his artillery, right? He's got height.
Yeah.
He's got the physique. I think he's quick enough for a big man. He's definitely quick.
And doesn't use any of them?
He's got, as I said, I think he's got a tremendous right foot. I think his left foot he really needs to work on. He can actually swing and strike a ball, but in terms of controlling or passing with his left is non-existent, but he can lash a shot. Okay, I think that's as far as it goes in terms of his game in attributes.
And that's crazy. Like Ash is saying, the biggest one. If it's not Robbo, he ignores Kirkers. Robbo forces him to do it because I think Robbo's like one of the captains.
That could be. That's not an issue that can't be resolved, guys.
Well, it should have been resolved after 3 games. When Kirkers was starting,
Slot has referenced it slightly in one of the press conferences where he suggested that Gakpo could have used Kirkers a couple of times and didn't. So I think he will be on his case. I don't think that's as bad a criticism or a problem as his game intelligence is and his activeness. And I think he's got this languid style where it doesn't seem as though he's on it 24/7. Diaz had this enigmatic style, energy, intensity, where he would run until he can't run anymore. Whereas Gakpo, it feels like he's reserving himself for moments. Do you get that as well?
This is the key, mate. The team player part. He feels like an individual in the team. Gakpo. He feels like one person in the team. It doesn't feel like he's in there to play, to play with everybody else. He's just going to get the ball and then we're just going to do one thing. It's tunnel vision. Cut in, bang, right foot, cut in, bang. And guess what? Everybody knows you're going to do that. If we know you're going to do that, the opposition's going to know. The defenders are going to know. And I said this to Dave Hendrick the last time, before the last international break when we were together on one of these shows. Why isn't he passing when he knows he's just attracted 2 or 3 players for the shot? That's the unintelligent part, Grizz. He
I
has
agree with you.
an advantage that he knows people are going to get attracted to him, but he still doesn't.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But this is the part where I think he can be utilized as a very useful weapon. Because I think that coming in, if that's his signature, and he does score some beautiful goals. Let's not forget some of the strikes and some of the goals he scored. No, but hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. This is where it's over to the coaching staff now. So if he persists with this now, because you can remember he's not that old, and he can still learn that aspect of his game. He has to trust his team members more. You're right. He maybe trusts Robbo more, or maybe Robbo commands seniority more, as opposed to a Kirkes who's just probably, you can imagine Kirkes just being an annoying little sound in the background that Gakpo he ignores. But yeah. I think the fact that he draws in a couple of players when he does that, I think we can utilize that. I wouldn't give up on Gakpo per se. I think we can utilize.
It's not about. I mean, look, I agree with Bob as well. If he had numbers, I'd ignore his flaws. But most of his goals are back post tap-ins, and his cut and shoot are very rare. Even though you remember the good ones, they're not like every other game, Grizz. They're like once every 10, once every 15. Come on, let's be honest. There's not that many. How many did he score?
I think you guys
15 games this season. How many goals he scored?
I think you're being harsh in terms of...
but tell me how many he scored this season, bro.
No, but this season we know our attack is, disheveled, not compatible with each other yet. Come on, we could say the same for Mohamed Salah's non-penalty goals or something, or whatever. I'm not making a judgment call on him in the opening 9 league games. No way. When the whole team is dysfunctioned. It's dysfunctional.
This has been the problem from last season, though, bro. It's the glaring problem with our attack this year.
So the thing is, you seem to have started off fairly okay with him in terms of a squad player, but now it looks like you're ready to sell him.
I haven't said once that I'd sell him. I'm saying.
So where are you going with this?
I'm saying that he shouldn't be a starter.
I agree with that.
He should not.
I think he can develop.
He only played left wing last season a lot more because Diaz had to play striker.
But he won us the league, and he was absolutely one of the vital components.
But maybe because he had someone like Diaz playing with him and helping him up top and link.
I agree.
And also, I can't imagine Isaac would love to play with Gakpo just because he does not create at all for anyone up top. That's how selfish he is. That's how much single-minded. Maybe it's not selfish, it's rude. Maybe it's more that's how limited he is in terms of just wants to cut in.
His vision and his...
vision. And I think saying, when you buy someone like Ekitike, I think someone said it earlier, it was a really good point. I can't find it now, but one of the guys said in the chat, when you have Ekitike and Isaac in your team, you need creativity, so your Mo Salahs and your Wirtz need to be playing. The other big thing is, actually, like we talked about Dom playing in the 10 actually activates Mo more. So have you noticed, since Dom's been playing in the 10, Mo's now in the games more, the last 2 or 3 games. But Wirtz playing in there, his first choice isn't always going to the right because Mo's blocked off. His choice is always, I'm going to go to the left, and that's where we're blocking up as well, or he's staying in the middle. There's not much in front of him either. But if Wirtz is on the left, he's got the whole pitch in front of him on the other side. Everybody, options everywhere.
Most people,
where he is.
Most people, Mohammed says Gakpo shouldn't start. Fact. Yeah, look, these things aren't facts. These are opinions, and I understand having strong opinions about them. I just think, as I said, in every team and in every great team or good team or whatever, there's always one player that the manager, whatever you want to call it, soft spot, favorite, something there that the manager thinks he can bring his qualities to the team. And I think Gakpo is one of those that Slot does favor. Now, obviously, Klopp favored Diaz much more when Luis Diaz played there. He even tried to convert Gakpo through the center. Now, this is the final segment on Gakpo. We've got so much to catch up on. His cameo through the middle. Discuss.
I was happy with it, to be honest. I mean, he missed a big chance. But let's be honest, nobody was scoring past Courtois really, apart from that header. So he should have done better with it, but most of our strikers should have done better with their chances this season as well, not just Gakpo. But I thought what he did add when he played up front was he has to link up there. He can't cut in and cut out and shoot. He has to actually pass to other players. So if he's rotating maybe a little bit with Ekitike,
I know we've discussed it, and I think the future is we're going to play a double-pronged attack, a two-pronged attack. I think post Salah, right after Salah's left or retired or sold or whatever, yeah. After we've had a cry, I think we're going to look forward to a two-pronged attack. Now, we can't always and we won't always rely on Isak and Ekitike being our two-pronged attack. Should Gakpo, along with possibly Chiesa, be the backups to that first choice two-pronged attack? Is there a future? Because it seems like we may go away from having wide forwards like we've had for the last 7-8 years under Klopp. Can Gakpo's role be adjusted and changed? I think he's got the attributes, and because he's got the physical strength and everything else, and you're right. When he's playing there, he'll be forced to lay off, bring other people involved. Because I think an angry and a physical Gakpo is difficult to deal with.
I think if that's where we go this season, needs must, he has to convert to it. If that's the future, Gakpo has no future at the club. Shouldn't be here. Yeah, for now, okay, because he's here. But if you ask me, would I prefer him to do that when we have options to buy others? Absolutely not. We should have 3 in that 2, and 2 of them should play and 1 rotate out all the time. We don't need 4. We just need 3 of them to rotate each time. And maybe Wirtz can be one of them if he wants.
You'd like that to be Chiesa, and you like that to be Chiesa as opposed to...
No, not Chiesa either.
So what are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that it's got to be Isak, Ekitike, and if it's going to be a two-pronged attack, he needs another forward, a proper striker as a third.
Oh, so you're saying no?
Sell both. Then if that's the way he's going, the squad doesn't suit that right now. Unless Mo is one of them. Unless Mo is one of the forwards that does that two-prong. If that's not the case...
I had a thought in my head yesterday when Gakpo came in through the middle, because I genuinely believe the future...
It's okay, Grizz. For this season, it's okay.
No, that's fine. I'm saying moving forward...
I'm just thinking it's a long-term thing. He's not the choice.
Third, fourth choice, no?
You can't have Gakpo fourth choice, man. Just got renewed and he's got a big money. He's only here for another 2 years, and or 3. I say now he's gonna.
I was thinking, man. Why can't we have this?
I don't think he's that good, bro. Anyway, like he's the. We should. The only reason why we couldn't keep Diaz was because his age, and he wanted big bucks at that age at 28.
But so basically you are going towards selling him in the summer.
If we have the money,
if
we have the money to go buy a forward.
You're being wishy-washy about Gakpo. You're being very critical of his.
I would sell him. No problem. I would sell him. I would sell him.
That's what I mean.
We have a replacement ready. So if Semenyo comes in on the left for him, I would take that all day long.
Yes, I think we all would.
Yeah, I don't think it was a 5-year deal, Bob. Gakpo. It wasn't a 5-year deal. It was like a 1-year extension on top of what he had left already. It wasn't a 5-year. So he's not here for that long. I think it's till 2028, actually. So it's only 2 more years.
For us, please, while we're live.
Yeah. One set it.
Okay, no problem. That's Gakpo.
So, Wirtz, this is the Wenger stuff. Mo Kilidar, one of my friends here, good lad. How you doing, Mo? Always a big supporter of AI and myself. Wenger, so they started him and they destroyed their midfield because their midfield was Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai. To play Wirtz, they took Szoboszlai out. So, that is an interesting one from Wenger. I agree with him. We did do that. We wanted it to happen. Like I wanted Wirtz to be successful there, but immediately, it's not the case. Like as in,
So
that's bad. That's a bad move from us if we've done that. Bloody hell, 5 years. Jesus
So
Christ.
apparently, Gags' wish has been shattered. It seems because he's
Yeah. That's
gonna take-
definitely a Dutch. That's definitely a Dutch thing that
But
it's
this is my
favouring.
point. But this is my point, guys and lasses. You know, every manager always has big up Indian scouts. He says every manager, every coach always has a favorite that divides opinion, and it's very clearly Cody Gakpo. We're going to get onto our predicted lineups for Man City near the end, but we'll have some interesting, I think, choices there as well. I think we reverted to the midfield against Real Madrid. And you said it's obvious and he should have done it longer or earlier or whatever. But I think
Well,
it was
actually, I don't blame him because we had injuries at right back and things like that. He
Well,
had to.
I think there was one man that was causing the problems or causing the issues of not being able to play that midfield. And I've been very critical of him for the last 6 months or so, and that's Alexis McAllister.
Yeah,
I think his form,
a couple of games.
I think his form after his injuries, niggling injuries and everything else has been atrocious, nothing short of atrocious. And I know people hated when I was critical of him, but I was proved right. I've got I love when players turn around and slap you in their face and turn around their careers or play to the levels that we know they can. Alexis McAllister last 2 games, Gags, especially against Madrid, was a joy to watch again.
Europe, again, Madrid don't play as intense as Premier League games. It'll be interesting to see how intense he is with City. Now, like I said, I'm not going to get too overexcited by all the players or the team yet. We went on a 6 out of 8 losses run. It's that's one of the worst runs we've had as fans, you know, of this football club after winning a title. Like, it's really serious to not get carried away that way back. Personally, I think we really have to see how it goes when Dyche comes to Anfield with Forest post international break. Like, there's a chance we don't get a win at City either, but that won't be down to long ball and whatever. That'll just be down to what happens on the day and how good City are or how bad we are or how good we are. You know, it might anything could happen in a game like that. It's a big matchup and it's against one of your big rivals, so you can come on the end of a loss on those. Hopefully not, though. Hopefully we go and win, and it really does give the boys confidence and turn around. But what's the big test is we've got some you know, Sunderlands and the you know, Nottingham Forests coming up and the West Ham's coming up, and they're all going to try and make it as difficult as possible to stop in end of November and start of December.
I'm with you. I'm not on this bandwagon of we're back and everything else, but sort of in isolation.
But the Macca thing, if someone came in for Macca for 100 million.
No one's coming.
And we were okay, but if someone came in like a Real Madrid that they really wanted him for 80 million, 70 million, 80 million,
60 million,
I would actually go for it. You know, I would actually go for it because there's a few angry things in there.
I was hoping you don't agree with me, but
oh no, I'm more. I've seen enough in the last, say, 3-4 months, like you said. And if he turns it around now for the rest of the year, great. Or the rest of the season, yeah, fantastic. We'll eat humble pie. Like, I am, like you said, I am so willing to be wrong on players. Like, I don't have to be, I've made this opinion and then I have to be there forever. That's not me. Like, if they prove me wrong, I will eat it and I will hold it and I'll say, fucking hell, I was wrong. I don't have that ego that I have to be right all the bloody time. That's just not me.
100%.
So, point is, if he proves us wrong, great. But right now, what we've seen this season and the end of last season, since he got that injury, the mobility isn't there as much as it was before, Grizz. So for me, I would want the Balabers of the world in. I would want the Whartons of the world in, or if there's even better than
I think Baleba. I think Baleba is almost. I hate to break it to Liverpool fans or whoever wants to know or is interested. I think Baleba is almost certified to go to Man United. And that's from someone I know who knows an agent or knows his agent personally.
Fair enough. That's a great buy for them.
That's a great buy for them. But I genuinely believe if you offered me for the same amount of, you know, roughly or whatever, money's wise or whatever, transfer fees, whatever, we can't dictate that. But if you swap player for player, if you give me a Wharton now over McAllister. I'm taking the mobility, the
And the
physique,
strike.
the height. Yeah, even that, even Anderson. Yeah, Anderson or Wharton. I'm taking it. Now, McAllister has been wonderful and he's a brilliant technician. But I think the Wirtz signing has changed my opinion and viewpoint about how the squad looks going forward, moving forward. Because if you give me a midfield option of Curtis Jones, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, and Wharton, and we have to pick sort of, I don't know, 2 out of the 4 every week or rotate, that's tasty for me, man. That is so tasty.
And this
All 6'4", all 6'4", all comfortable on the ball.
Yeah, progressive,
all
faster.
physical,